welcoming you back to the desk of Cadicarus. Join us as we partake into a new instalment of Current Quickies.
Hello, my duckies, and this time we're going to be having a look at Daylight. This game here isn't that great. It should come as no surprise that I'm a huge horror fan, and after the great port of Outlast on PS4, even though I gave the game itself a 7 out of 10, I've been waiting in vain for the next great horror game to be released on PC or even PS4. But then everybody started talking about and let's playing Daylight, this newcomer in the horror genre, which was supposed to be the latest horror blockbuster to make everybody shit themselves. So obviously, I had to give it a look. But the question is, how is it then? Well,
this game is pure wasted potential. Daylight, where it does have a fair amount of things that are great with it, suffers from more things that are seriously wrong, which then converts all of the well-built-up scares into frustration and clumsiness. But hey, I'll talk more about that in a second, so what's good about this game? Well, I can say that even though this is one of the blackest and darkest games I've ever played, it looks pretty damn nice when it tries to. The lighting effects are really cool, and there are some nice little touches such as lens dirt and great effects with the glow sticks and flares. The sound design is also probably the best thing about this game, and that creates a lot of fantastic ambient tension which benefits the very occasional well-crafted scares. Not to mention having some decent, albeit a little bit crazy voice acting to accentuate the helplessness and raw fear of the main character, as well as the insanity and intrigue of the mystery man on your comms unit. Speaking of intrigue, the plot is actually very intriguing despite the shit ending. And the way that some of the environmental scares and scattered notes weave their way back into the plot itself is very nice, and it reminds me a lot of Silent Hill. And even though I'll talk more about the evil witch spirits in a second, I can say that the build-up for them was incredibly well done and actually contributes to the biggest sense of dread and unease you experience in the game, which for modern horror games some seem to lack nowadays. However, that's all I can say that's really good about it.
and that is because there is a good load wrong with this game.
Firstly, this game seems a little bit defocused in what it's doing. I know this game and the design itself is based entirely around mazes and feeling lost and helpless, and where that's great, especially when being chased, they mix that in with the main game mechanic of finding hidden notes and hidden exits, which within these mazes gets incredibly frustrating. Think Slender, but in a boring and ridiculously annoying maze. Every area you explore looks exactly the same, and even though you have a GPS, you always end up forgetting where you've been and where you need to go in order to find the secrets to open the next stages up. And once you retrace your steps 1,000 times and realize that many of the game's sounds and spirit appearances are completely unrelated and kind of predictable, you end up just reliving the same tired Slender formula of finding notes and turning around whenever you're under threat, which then makes the limited amount of flares you have to protect yourself not exactly a worry. Not to mention this also adds artificial length to the experience itself, turning a 2-hour or so story mode into about 5 hours from just wandering aimlessly finding things. Also, I don't know if this is just in the PS4 port or in every other version, but this game isn't exactly pushing the boundaries of the Unreal Engine 4, yet it feels like it has to spend years just loading. And even when it does decide to load up, it plays really choppily for about a minute or so before actually hitting a really smooth frame rate. And talking of loading, the saving system is fucked. Like I said earlier, you'll spend most of your time getting lost and looking for things rather than actually progressing and getting scared. So you may want to take a break from it every so often. However, the autosave system saves the game extremely rarely, meaning that you have to keep playing until you pass a certain point, which can take more than an hour. Otherwise, you lose all of your progress and notes and start at the very beginning of the part all over again. And no, there is no manual save option. Also, if your inventory is full on glow sticks or flares, you better hope not to open any damn cupboards, because then you'll be told you have no room for the item that you just picked up, and then you'll have no other chance to pick that item up again from that particular cupboard in the future, because that cupboard is already fucking open. And why do you have to keep staring at the fucking remnants that you pick up? Stop it! I can't see what's in front of me! Also, the witch spirits. Where they are very manipulative and a pretty scary enemy to protect yourself from, the space in which they actually appear are quite far apart from most of the game, apart from the middle part onwards. And so once you learn that, the flares that you defend yourself with become not so limited and precious because you know exactly when to use them and how to keep yourself safe. But hey, when the enemies want to be unpredictable at some bits, good god they are. And combined with the horrific darkness, you'll experience bits later on that really keep you on your toes and dreading each corner. So overall, where I'm actually glad I played this game, I wouldn't say it was actually that good. It does do a lot of things right and causes you some great scares when it plays its cards right. However, the problems that I had playing through this game angered me so much to the point of telling monsters to shut up and running around like a headless chicken. If you're looking for 1 or 2 good scares in a large maze, give this game a go. But considering you can get much better games for completely free, such as SCP Containment Breach, it makes the $15 or £10 price tag a little bit off-putting for the amount of frustration you get over great scares.
This game gets a 4 out of fucking 10.
Hello everybody, and thanks so much for watching my very quick review on Daylight. If you want to follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Twitch and everything, all the links are in the description. And also I've linked you some 3 totally different videos, one of which is being on the right hand side, a video game that I'm actually voicing over in. So you gotta have a look at that. And the other 2 are just completely random videos. I think one of them's gonna be another one similar to this one, and the other one is going to be another random, stupidly edited, stupidly scripted everything video. So yeah, go and have a look at them. Also, I'm going to have to give a massive shout out to my top patrons on Patreon. Which you'll find the link in the description for. And these guys have given me incredible, unbelievable, gobsmacking support. So I'm gonna have to shout out the names that I've got so far. I need to say a massive thank you to Daniel Carlson, Ed Herngreen, Philip Larson, David Coffey, Aldozzi Strand, James Newman, Greg Black, Michael McKitterick, Nick Marchenko, Zachary Lehman, Benjamin Peasley, and Jason Norris. Okay, I've got to apologize if I mispronounce mispronounced any of those names. I'm so sorry if I did. I'm not the best with this kind of stuff. But yeah, you guys are my top patrons as I record this message right now, and I can't thank you enough. I really can't thank you enough. You have affected the quality and the consistency of this show in a way you cannot imagine. So thank you so much. You mean the world to me. I can't believe how generous you've been. Thank you so much. And also, if it's your birthday today or watching this video, happy freaking birthday to you, and please remember to stay beautiful.